cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. An elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to venerable Bobby Dodd Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, home of the rambling wreck of Georgia Tech. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on the 12th-ranked team in the land, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. And the Yellow Jackets will kick it away first. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. They've got the big fellas out there, a three tight end look on 1st and 10. To the ground with the back. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
And you want to run the football. I mean, that's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Wants to go up top. It's complete on the right side. Stopped at the 43 after the 15-yard pickup.
I tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands, and you saw it on that last play.
Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. The RPO, it's complete.
The quick passing game does several things. One, it doesn't let the pass rush get you. Those great defensive linemen, the ball's coming out so fast they can't get there. And then what else? It gets me ahead of the sticks. I don't have to worry about getting in long yardage and predictable situations.
They'll run it from the gun. Tackled at the 45 after the 5-yard play. It's enough for the 1st down.
What a nice run there. And from the beginning of time, Michigan football has been synonymous with running the football. You can think back to Tyrone Wheatley, Anthony Thomas, Chris Perry, Hassan Haskins. Big physical runners that also had sprinter speed, and that could change the game. This dude right here, every time he has the football, he has the ability to go the distance, and that's what makes this Michigan offense so dangerous.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
The marker is at the 35, and they need to get it there to convert 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the right. Sweet throw and catch along the sideline. It's enough for the 1st down.
Well, there's the trust this quarterback has in his guy, right? He knows he's going to give him an opportunity in critical down and distances. 3rd down, find your best matchup because you know he can make the catch, he can get his feet in bounds, and keep the drive moving.
Fires to the wideout. A strike downfield. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan!
How about that first drive? The hardest thing to do in college football is win on the road. They're the underdog coming into a hostile environment. What do? Possession one, go right down the field and shut everybody in this building up.
And he splits the uprights on the extra point. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. To the air on first down. Rushes on him. It's complete to the right. This is the kind of run that falls in the category of sanctioned violence as he's up to the 31.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
Wide receiver going in motion. Running back searching for a hole. Not much he could do there. Does pick up 2 to the 34.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Motion from the back. On 3rd and short, just trying to get enough for the first down. And he needed 1 yard, and he didn't get it. The defense won the battle up front.
This is an interesting decision now for the head coach. You're trailing very early in the game, and there's a lot of football left. But you're in a situation where you could go for it here and try and answer after your defense gave up that touchdown on the opening drive.
The incomplete pass makes this series end in frustration as they turn it over on downs.
That's a great job there by the defense here early in this game, getting a huge stop, and they've got an opportunity to make the opponent pay. Offense taking over now in great field possession. Let's see what they can do here from a play calling standpoint to try and put some points on the board.
Not much there on the run. He gets 1 to the 31.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
They go to the ground. Noses ahead to the 30-yard line, a pickup of 1.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He was thinking big return, didn't get that, but boy, did he give his offense an opportunity at the 31.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
First play of this drive will start from the 31-yard line. Going right to work up top. Using the quick game. They get him at the 42, but he picked up 10 there.
When you play zone coverage, you got a wide receiver that's a beast. It becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
This offense will snap it from the 42 on 1st and 10. There he goes. He makes the stop at the 48. That'll be enough for a first down and a pickup of 10.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set is able to rip off that one for a first down.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Wants to go up top on first down. Got it set up on the outside. Powers through the defender. Brought down just short of the sticks on the screen pass. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. We've put 1 in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. The Yellow Jackets with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. From the gun, the ground game. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
This is an offense that prides himself on being physical, so you need 1 yard, just hand it off to your back and let him go to work.
And the Yellow Jackets will snap it on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
Quarterback trying to attack the middle of the field. I like the aggressive nature, but his receivers aren't 9 feet tall. No one's going to catch that. No one can climb the ladder. You got to bring it down a little bit.
Picked off inside the 20, and they snuff out the threat. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
As a quarterback, you've got to give your receiver an opportunity to make the play. You've got to put the ball on his body. And that throw gets away a little bit from the QB, and that leads to the tip and the interception.
The running back has it. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27.
And that would be the definition of first down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's 2nd and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football, get a new set of downs. Like, nice first down execution.
The Wolverines have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. Might as well stick with him. That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30.
All right, guys, that's not a home run type play, but he did enough there to keep the chains moving.
Offense set on first down. They'll leave it with him. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. All kinds of room to the right. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Wolverines. Boy, did he just scorch that defense for that score.
He shows you all of it, Reese. He's got the speed, he's got the agility. This dude's a big-time playmaker. You just give him the ball, and he'll find different ways to kill you on different plays.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Florida has the lead right now, but those Gator chomps haven't come easy. They're in a tight one. They're up by 11 over Alabama. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The Ramblin' Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Now the play fake. It's complete. Has plenty for the first down, and they stop him at the 28.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? 2nd down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open. Just find the back. He'll go do something positive with it. This guy is a weapon, and you got to find him in the passing game.
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. The Yellow Jackets in the hurry-up.
What a great play. This guy is a force on this D-line. You think about Michigan football defensively, they've got dudes up front. Aiden Hutchinson, Brandon Graham, Mozzie Smith, Rashawn Gary. Guys that can win one-on-one and guys that change and force your game plan to have to adapt for them. You need to double-team these guys if you want to have any chance. This is that type of player. He's got so much ability.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Blasted as he lets it go. Complete to the left. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
And you just wonder now, is that the play that's finally going to wake this offense up? They've been sluggish throughout the entire first half, but could that be the thing that finally just gives them a little bit of a jolt and leads them to scoring some points here before this half is over.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Wants to fire on second down. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Got him downfield. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This offense has been sluggish to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10. Makes the grab on the shuffle. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
Toss sweep to the right. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
I think the toss does a really good job of getting the football on the edge quickly. You know, you toss it out there to the running back. You better block the defensive end. That's priority number 1. Good job blocking the defensive end, getting a nice positive game on the toss play.
They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. Gets it out fast. Offenses gain momentum with 3rd down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25. Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking to throw on 1st down. Pressure coming. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Just a little bit too much juice on that one as the freshman was taking a shot.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points here.
And the field goal unit will stay put as the head coach decides to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Got his man quickly. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down?
Love the on defense there, 4th down. They were ready for the pass, and you saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play, and now their offense is coming on the field.
He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. This drive will open from the 15. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Just a little bit too much juice on that one as the freshman was taking a shot.
That's a throw the QB would like to have back. He just has to do a better job giving his receiver a chance to make the catch.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Balls it in. He gets it up close to the 25. Out of bounds, they'll mark it at the 24. Come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. He'll throw on 3rd down. Got his man on the right. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
Well, the linebacker's playing zone coverage, and he's just watching the QB's eyes to see where he's going to go with the football, and the eyes take him to the ball. He's able to swat it away. Great play on defense.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looking to fire. Here's a heat. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Firing to the right, complete. He was fighting and struggling his way, trying to get that first down. Instead, they'll be faced with 4. From the gun. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. He's loose down the middle. Touchdown, Michigan. Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house.
Man, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. The run from the shotgun. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Wolverines will line up to kick off and start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. They start this third quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really...
Oh, he's got some space. He'll be forced out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 44-yard line, and this offense has it going. They built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball to the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy, when he gets in space, he can make big plays happen. Nice decision by the QB.
Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
Yeah, when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receiver's got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. And the Yellow Jackets with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Still looking on the move. Short throw to the sideline, complete, and he'll pick up the first down. This freshman quarterback is slinging it out there to pick up that first down. The Yellow Jackets come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to keep it in the air. And the defense forced that incompletion with the deflection.
Well, you wonder that time if the QB was just forcing that one over to his running back. He's already made some catches in this game. The defense is aware of that, though, and that time they had outstanding coverage. There was no way that was going to be complete.
Using his feet. They could have used a little bit more there. Pick up a 3. It's 3rd and 7.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
It's on target and complete. And he gets it inside the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 9 where it'll be 1st and goal.
Defenses are put in such a tough spot when offenses get in 3rd and short because the whole playbook is open and they go with the pass. I love it. They sneak the pass in there. Nice success. Great job by the quarterback getting rid of the football, getting the 1st down, now set up 1st and goal.
They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
Man, is it nice to be able to hand the football to a guy that can break tackles, that can make something out of nothing. Just, it makes it so much easier on offense. You can hit that big play, the big home run. Just the ability to break tackles can make a back really special.
Gets the back moving. On the direct snap, it's Pryor. And the Wildcat is not working. They knock him down behind the line.
Man, the momentum is squarely on their side right now. It's starting to feel like they're running away with this one. They scored a touchdown their last time out. Now on this drive here in the 3rd quarter, the defense makes a massive play against the run, creating a negative play. They've got the opponent going backwards.
And you race it to the house. Touchdown, Georgia Tech. Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
Looking to throw. He's got it in the end zone for the 2 as they trim more off of that lead. So that was a 10-play, 75-yard drive. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? No shot at a return. It's out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. This lead that they've been working with has dwindled to 2 possessions, and now they'll try to find a little breathing room on this drive. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
The play-action fake. Fires left. Wide open downfield. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. Making great decisions, that's what all of the legendary Michigan quarterbacks have done. John Navarre, Elvis Gerbach, and the guy, can't remember, drafted in the 6th round by the Patriots.
Yeah, that guy, what was his name? Tom Brady? Yeah, I think that's his name. Yeah, he was pretty good too. But when you think about Michigan, you don't always think about the quarterbacks, and you don't always think about airing it out. But again, if you want to be a great college football team nowadays, you better be able to throw that pigskin.
After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Back to pass. Throws to the wideout. Got his man downfield. And he got enough for the 1st down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
This defense obviously knows they've got to be able to stop the run if they're going to win this football game. And you wonder if they've been able to make some tweaks and adjustments to try and take this running back away.
To the air on second down. Quick completion on the out. He steps out of bounds right at the 15-yard line.
And we haven't called his name a lot, and I think this offense, they need to find a way to continue to manufacture touches for the big tight end. And I don't care how you do it. I don't care where you line him up. He's that good, and if I'm this offense, I'm going to find him more often.
They'll try to pick it up on the ground. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line, and that's where they'll have it first and goal.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football, and you've got to just keep getting positive yards. You've got to keep the third downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Second down, he'll throw it. Under fire. And down goes the quarterback. There are penalty flags down, but it looks as if this might be on the offense. They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with results of the play. Defense got to him with a big play last time. Now third and goal from the 12. From the gun, wants to pass. Unleashes to the end zone. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
Man, what a great break on the ball. Way to knock it down. But, man, this situation, they're almost in field goal range. Had a chance to maybe take some points off of the board. That's a big play that we might circle back to later.
Now on fourth down, they'll send out the field goal unit. Splits the uprights. Good. And that will extend their lead even further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Play of the quarter coming. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the fourth quarter. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. Just about ready to go in the fourth, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. They go back to work with a first down in the final period of this one. Looking to throw on first down. Quick strike complete. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. And the Yellow Jackets will hustle to the line.
You got to like this defense, man. All game long, great job tackling the football. Like, you throw it on the perimeter.
Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and
turning it on! They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line.
And even though they're trailing here in the fourth quarter, they've got a quarterback that can bring them back, but they need him now to play his A-plus level of football. We saw a nice completion on that last third down. Let's see if he can keep it going.
Floating away. He's going to run it. Nice run there to keep things moving before they force him out of bounds.
And that's a missed opportunity by the defense, because if this quarterback is going to decide to run the ball, you have got to make him pay. You at least have to hit him and put him on the ground. I know they didn't give up a big, long, explosive run, but you got to get shots on this guy when you can. That time they let him get out of bounds.
Now the connection takes him to the 11.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock, that is at a premium for this offense.
Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
Second down.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. Wants to go up top. Fires into the end zone. Intercepted. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game, in the fourth quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost done.
And he's still running after the move. There he goes. And what a huge play for this offense after that great run. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Wolverines just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
They'll run it. They want to take their time here. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get it done.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls against this receiver and his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. Things had not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it, but you got to give the defense credit. They watched the film. They've been mixing up their looks defensively, trying to confuse this quarterback, and again, on that last deep shot, it falls incomplete.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play, because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little.
Breaks into the open. Discards him with the stiff arm. He's finally shoved out of bounds at the 23-yard line, and a big pickup on that one. The Yellow Jackets getting set on 1st and 10. Gonna look downfield again. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. Negative play on first down. That's what a defense always wants. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Fires to the wideout. On target over the middle. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. And the Yellow Jackets didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. Looking downfield on first down. And there are flags flying as the pass falls incomplete. We'll see who it's on. Way too much grabbing and tugging there. The offense will take advantage of the penalty. The Yellow Jackets will try to punch it in on first and goal.
Get set, get set.
Out of the gun, looking to throw. Snagged out of the air. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
Picked up some of what they needed on first down. Now it's second and goal from the 5. Trying to barrel in. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Looking to throw on third and goal. Lets it fly. And he was shooting for the end zone there, and they couldn't make the completion.
And that's a good job by this defense, man. You drop back, you play really smart, play sound. Understand, there's not a lot of field to cover, and they couldn't fit the ball in a window. Good pass defense.
A field goal really doesn't do much for you in this situation, so they'll go for it on fourth and goal. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. He's looking to throw. And it's caught for the late touchdown. So how about this? Maybe we are set up for a finish.
There we go. There's step one. There's a lot of things that needs to happen for this offense, but they started with the touchdown. Time's ticking out. We got to go for 2 here. Cut this to 8, where we maybe can get another score and get that 2-point conversion to tie.
So as big as that touchdown was, equally as big, converting this 2-point attempt and making it a 1-score game. They're working that left side. He's into the end zone, and we've got a 1-possession game in the fourth quarter. They still need a touchdown and 2-point conversion to tie, and they'll go for the onside kick here in the fourth. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. So we've got a tight spot here, David. They'd love to run out the clock, but all those timeouts staring at them.
Man, they got 3 timeouts on defense, but I know a first down ends this football game. So I got to get my guys physical, ready to roll.
Yeah, because you know this defense is going to be playing the run. They're going to be loading the box, trying to get tackles, using their timeouts to get the football back. So this is going to come down to who's better in the trenches.
They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
And you can feel the momentum a little bit, right? I mean, the fourth quarter has kind of changed, and this defense is settled in. Their offense has scored as well. So this is a big tipping point in this football game. This is a big possession because Uncle Mo is all on the side of the defense.
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. The Wolverines come to the ball trying to pick up this third and short. From the gun, they'll try the middle. A timely pickup to get the first down there, and it took a little something out of the crowd, too. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. And the Wolverines will line it up on 1st and 10. Motion from the wideout. Wants to throw on 1st down. A little release to the back. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
That last completion sets him up on 2nd down. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And that's exactly what I want from my offense. Like, listen, they're out of timeouts. I want this clock to tick. Now, we have seen some college coaches across college football continue to run the football and also give up the football and give a gift to the other team. This one's over if I just take a knee.
The Wolverines come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. He gets enough for the 1st down. Crowd is silent. Chains are moving. Clock still going.